Yo, yo, yo. What up, ground fog? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me see. What do we got going on? Hello? There we go. There we go. That's better. That's better. What a happening, everybody? What's going on out there in the YouTube land? What is happening? Let me close off some of this stuff. Where am I at? There we are. Ground fog. TJ. What's happening? Matt, what's up, buddy? Adventure Man. C-Dub. What's happening? I figured we'd do a little chilling. I got a... What is it? February? I got a TACPACK to open up, too. That we can open up here in a few. Let me see. I think it's... What month is that? It must be February's TACPACK. Yeah, it has to be, because I've had it for a little while. A couple weeks, at least. Is the audio coming through good? Check out this 13-inch stiletto. Oh. Let me see here. Whoa. That's freaking sweet. XL Auto Stiletto. That's freaking sweet. Too bad I can't pull that up. Alright, sweet. Yeah, we got a TACPACK to open up here. At some point. Did TJ, did you see that did you see that remet I posted the other day, the remet video? Where is it? Right here. On the Infinite. Oh, dude, this thing is ridiculous. This thing is utterly ridiculous. Yeah, talk about a huge surprise as far as the entire knife. I had no idea. They sent a photo of it, you know, and that was all I saw of it. So in the unboxing, when I found out it was a pivot lock and like the titanium, the handle construction is just ridiculous as far as goes. It's really comfortable because it's got some height to it, some thickness. It gets a little over 0.5. And then the action is just ridiculous. I haven't put this thing down since I did that unboxing. It's so good. I said it in the video, I think, but it reminds me of the original Corgis in a sense, you know. The original Corgi had those symmetrical front and rear flippers. And, but this is that on steroids, I would say. Beautiful, crazy blade. Lydia, what's happening? This is oddly attractive, I know, right? I know. Yeah, make sure you subscribe for more attractiveness. We when was it was Saturday night when we did the live and the vertical. We hit like 30 subs just off the vertical in like 2 hours. Pretty wild. Pretty wild stuff. Like, that's a good day's. Hey, TJ, thanks for the high five and 100 joules. Appreciate that. I don't know what that means, but thank you, dude. I'm not sure what those do. But I appreciate it, dude. But yeah, that remet is worth keeping on your radar, dude. You like the pink one. This guy here, or this gal. Yeah, that's called the Artisan Cutlery Darkwing. Yeah, it's got a really cool color to it. I got my main studio light off, so we don't have the best lighting, but... And then there is that wild blade shape. Whatever you want to call it. Very comfortable. This was in my pocket until the remet showed up, but this might have to go back. You want to talk about pokey, piercy, and slicey? This thing is, that'll do it for you. Very Avant. You mean like, who did the Avant? You mean the Avant. Who did those? I can't even remember. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Dusty Rhodes is the designer behind this one. And there's his little maker's mark there. The little ducky. Hey, appreciate you, E-Dog. I know, I wish I could find some better stuff. If only I could find them. If only I could find the latest and greatest stuff. Neil McKenzie coming in with 33 months. Woo woo! Hello. Hell yeah, buddy. You're creeping up on that 3-year joint. I saw it. I saw you creeping up there. What do you guys think of the blue Yakuza? You know, we might give away a Yakuza this weekend to a lucky member if we get that far. Oh, man. Yeah, Katuo and Reich absolutely slay it for sure. Appreciate you though, Neil. 33 months in the G spot. The knife. Yeah, the knife too. The video on this went up tonight. I forgot to schedule a video for today. Like the studio here, my room, my studio is always being upgraded and redone and all that crap. I'm constantly trying to get it better, but I got so bogged down with doing various stuff in here that I forgot to set up anything to release So it actually, the video on this went up tonight and is doing well. Yeah, the double tap, dude. Yes. Love the double tap. It's like a cold steel. It's like a modern day cold steel. Very comfortable. I mean, it's dope. Do you ever accidentally cut your fingers? Well, maybe not all the time, but yeah, very, very often, you know. Where my skin meets my nails on like this thumb have been cut just tons and tons of times on both thumbs. But yeah, it happens. But you know, you can't let that get in your way, you know? Just can't let it get in your way. It's like driving a car. It's like driving a car. You could, you know, drive into a semi going 70 mile an hour, but you're still, you know, still going to drive anyway. Chelsea Peters, show Senora or you don't matter. Exactly. Thank you, Chelsea. Appreciate you. I think all of us YouTubers get cut fairly often. That doesn't mean it's deep enough to bleed, just leaves a mark. Yeah. I would say one of the worst things that's actually happened to me, and it's definitely, you know, going back to the basics of knife safety, one of the very first things you learn when handling a knife, or one of the first things you should have learned, is to not cut towards yourself. You know, I mean, under very odd circumstances, would I say yes to doing that, right? But anyway, it was my daughter's birthday, and I had just gotten the brand new Asher Douglas at the time. And amazing knife, beautiful micarta. I still have it. Called it the Dougie. And I started that, you know, name, by the way, for it. Anyway, that knife was brutally sharp, like ridiculous. Anyway, I was in one of them hard clamshell plastic toy things, you know, for a Barbie or something like that. And I think I had like this portion cut and I needed to cut this portion. So I like grabbed the hold of the top and I started to like cut on it. Well, the knife slipped out of the packaging and it went into my rib, like into my chest, basically. And although it wasn't like a long cut, it was a very short cut, but it was really deep. The blood just poured out of all our families there, you know, like both sides of the like we're having a birthday party basically for my daughter at the time. And I got all this blood leaking out of my freaking chest and shit. Luckily, we were able to get some gauze and stuff and get it to stop. But yeah, that could have been a lot worse. That's probably one of the worst ones I've had. It wasn't a cut more than it was a stab, I would say. Yugi, we don't talk about Knife Club because then the wife will know about Knife Club. And she doesn't need to know about how many knives I've bought recently. That's exactly right. You know, when you're sneaking out of the back of the house or the side door of the house to go out front and grab packages and bring them in that back way to hide them, you know that you're in deep, my friend. You know, I don't think I've ever told this story. Luckily, there's not many people in here, but I once snuck a I wore these big sweatpants, and I snuck a what was it? It was it a shotgun? No. Oh, it was an upper. It was a 16-inch upper that I swindled inside from outside, up into the back of the room in my sweatpants. That's funny. It was funny. You had to be there. I told her about the guns. She went with me to get 2 of them, but the knives, I kind of just show her when they show up. Yeah, eventually that'll piss her off, eventually. We both collect vintage comic books, so we have expensive hobbies anyway. That's awesome, dude. That's one thing I wasn't into, like, well, I was, but I didn't get the products, I guess you could say. But when I was younger, I was real heavy into, like, various comics. We had a paper store is what we called it here, but they had all kinds of magazines and, stuff like that. And we'd go in there every weekend, and I'd get like a Jughead comic, and then maybe like a superhero comic or whatever. But by the time I got to be a teenager, this type of shit started to really pull me in. I was always obsessed with gear and knives from the age of probably 5 or 6, but it's gotten... No, I don't. Sadly, Yahimi, I don't have any extra knives. I can let you know, though, when I'm able to acquire any extras. But hey, it's like I said in my one video that nobody watched. Having something to do for yourself or whatever, like a hobby, is imperative. It's imperative. You got to have something for you, that you can kind of sink your teeth into and time into. I quickly found out I must choose between my EDC or getting my nails done. Deployment is literally non-existent with the nails. You need a good flipper knife then, Chelsea. Because even with that's one thing I've learned. You need a high flipper is what you need. Because even with longer nails, you can still come up here on the flipper with the fingertip and just... So that's what you need right there is a flipper. Some of them, let's see, some of them could be trouble maybe. Depending on the design of the flipper. But a high flipper would be perfect, because then you don't have to, you're not trying to get underneath or something of that nature. The studs are cut out. I'm assuming you're not much for front flipping yet, but front flipping could maybe, depending on the knife, the nails won't bother that, maybe. But a good flipper would definitely do you justice. A good high flipper. There's other examples, but this is a pretty good one right here. You have nothing to get in your way. So you could even come in from the side. That's perfect. Probably. Maybe well, I don't know if this... Yeah, maybe. I guess it depends on how long of nails we're talking about here. I don't like to go too long with mine, but... Roll Tide, what's happening, bud? Still sketchy with flippers. I got my nails stuck in between the scales one time. Well, yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely depend on the knife, I would say, for sure. Yeah, throwing it's difficult to deploy knives for some people just without any external things going on. Like if I handed this knife to somebody, I mean, they would probably go like this. Like, I don't know what they would do, but it wouldn't be this, you know? It wouldn't be this. It would more be like, well, I can't even screw it up. You know, I don't know what they would do, but it's not normal. You know, handing a knife, even a thumb stud knife, people have trouble with. Some normal people do. And I don't understand it quite, I guess, but that's just the way it goes, I guess. Petrified fish is good. Yeah, I like petrified fish. And an OTF, yeah. That's a good idea, like a gravity knife. I could agree with that. That would be the way. Yeah, a good front flipper, you know, a good here here again, a good like high front flipper, you would certainly avoid, you know, being into the knife. And that's also going to depend on the design. But a lot of them, you should be in pretty good shape for like a thumb rollover, index. The over the top might be, I don't know if you could be, if you can get out of your way quick enough, you know, you might be fine with some. But yeah, you need a good flipper, rear flipper combo. The Corgi would probably be a good one. Yeah, I think the Corgi would be a good one. You got that. You got a minimal rear flipper. And then you got the front flipper. And the Vanker lock, which is sweet. I guess we will. Yeah, an auto would be good. Have you handled the live wire KO? Dude, the live wire is amazing. Yeah, I like gravity knives and I like autos, but I'm definitely more of a manual person. But I do like both autos and gravity knives. You can often find me with a auto or gravity knife. I need to switch that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the live wire and the live wire and the shift are both really, really good. I mean, at least the two hand, they're actually getting the knife like all the way opened up. I'll see people like flick them and stuff, and it just looks so unnatural. They're trying so hard, you know, to actually to do it, and they just totally whiff on it. Rick, what's up, buddy? Hey, no problem, dude. That's what we're doing. We're just chilling. I have I'll open it here, I guess. How long have we been on? Well, probably like 20 minutes or so. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll wait like 10 minutes and then we'll open up the TACPACK. Whoever's in here is in here. I think there's a few other live streams going on, so, which I didn't think there would be. So, screw those guys. Somebody go over to Lefty's chat and say GBall's live. Let's go over there. Have you seen the new axial abonable? No, I haven't seen that, I don't think. Oh, shit. Yeah, they aren't cheap. That's for sure. They are cheap. Or they are not cheap, especially like the USA made autos. Like the Livewire, you're talking what are you talking? 250? I think 250 minimum. Well, you might be able to score one a little less nowadays, but that was like the base. Let me see. I see some retailers might be able to score them for like 230. But, doobie-doo. See, that's why I hate verticals. You can't bring up anything on the screen. I don't like that. But yeah. And then the axials are going to be the same, about 250, 240. Savisi, what's happening? Good to see ya. The Remet Camel is dope. Yes. To be honest with you, Roll Tide, I can't speak on the brand new Microtex, but, and I don't know, they're probably a little different, but I don't think anything beats the switch and the action of the Livewire. I don't think anything beats it. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see. Let's see here. If you can find $100 Livewire, I would pick that up immediately. Oh, well, if you're gonna go buy an axial, make sure you use my link. Help old GBall out. And GBall's got a code. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person like that. But I do have a code and a link. There you go. Go pick yourself up an auto. I just got my first Magna cut knife the other day, and I'm really not that impressed, but I haven't put it through its paces yet. What are you not impressed with? Not 100% sure. Or are you just dicking around? Shiro, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I would not feel like I haven't handled every single auto, obviously, but I've handled quite a few, probably 15 or 20 at least, all from varying different places. And I put Kershaw's switch and action up there at my favorite. I have two of them. There's my two-tone sheep's foot. I got a couple other Microtech, axial, and then my spear point. Pull out this other one here. True double-edged dagger. Yeah, the switch on these is amazing, and it doesn't fatigue your thumb. It might a little bit if you're not used to autos at all. Like if you just bought this as your first one, it still might fatigue you a little bit, but compared to pretty much everything else out there, it would tear you up pretty good. Here's what I would recommend if you got long nails too. You got the gravity knife. And Remetz is sick. Yeah, why don't we put that on the table? That's one of their newer ones there. If you want a cheap auto utility, you can always pick up the zipper from Tac Knives. They got solid stuff for a good price, I would say. But yeah, I would not feel bad about having the live wire whatsoever. Whatsoever. Yeah, the dagger, dude, is sick. I love the dagger from Kershaw. Do. Well, it could have been better. Thanks, Rick. I kind of half-assed set it up because I'd be moving everything off to do the unboxing. Let's see here. Dan, what up? What up? I didn't miss anything, did I? Okay. When should we get to the TACPACK? When should we do the TACPACK is what I'm wondering. I'm working on a pretty dope video for tomorrow. Or it's already in, final edit and all that. But tomorrow evening, when am I going to release that? I put a lot of work into it. It's like a 30-minute video. When am I going to release that? Tomorrow night, I think. Tomorrow evening. So make sure you keep your eye out. Okay? Thank you. Danny Stan. Tell the nail tech to skip the index and the thumb. There you go. That won't look weird at all. That won't look weird at all because you'll have a knife, in your hand. And they'll be looking at that. Pine Cone, what's happening? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Yeah, 8015 is definitely worth putting in the collection at some point. Even the light model. You guys let me know when you're ready to do the TACPACK, and we'll do the TACPACK. What is the gray one next to the pink? This one? Or that one? Which one are you talking about? Kathleen! This one. Kathleen, what's happening? I do have a WK1. Beautiful knife. That's one of Remetz's. Oh, you're talking about this one? That's called the Xeno. It's got the Vanker lock, which is a trademark lock from Bastide. It's in Vanex. So this knife is not cheap. sadly. But it is amazing. It's not cheap, but it's amazing. So, yeah, I'll grab that WK1. Give me a schmeckend. Like I said, I got a whole TACPACK here to do. I have no idea what's in there either, obviously. Do 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 be do. Doobity doo. There's something metal in it. I think I'm probably going to cancel that, though, eventually. Yeah, there's the beautiful WK1. I had a very hard time getting this knife out of my pocket when the time came. Outstanding, outstanding knife. Yeah, Ramet's got a really, really good thing going on with them. I got a fever. Oh, I got the fever and a couple new knives is the only prescription. That's exactly right, brother. That's exactly right. JB, what up? Hey, yo. What's happening? What is happening? Do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think these came out, well, you could look at my unboxing for it and then sometime around there. I think maybe they've been out for not real long, but for a couple months, you know, maybe a year, less than a year. But yeah, and this, there's a switch here, everybody, and I know what it does. I just don't remember how it does it. Hold on. There it is. See, I know what I'm doing. You can actually pull the entire back strap off. And what this means is not only is their machining out of this world good and tolerances and everything like that, but this is some superb next level shit from Ramet. I don't remember how it goes back on either. Something like that. Now we're locked back up. Yeah, I love this thing. I think it's freaking amazing. If this had, I mean, the M390's fine, but if this had Crewwear or M4 or something like that. But yeah, this knife, this is the type of knife that no matter what steel it's in, you know, what super steel it's in, it's worth picking up. That's how good it is. Very, very comfortable because of that. Yeah, it's laid out really nice. Very good. That's easily, that's one of my favorite knives from Ramet, especially far like in regards to liner locks. That's my favorite one. But like they got some other cool stuff like the Infinity and shit. What's a TACPACK? A TACPACK is like a monthly subscription box where you get a bunch of like gear and gun gadget type stuff. Is WK1 your favorite? Yeah, I would say it's up there. I do like some of their pivot based locks, and they have a button they have a button frame lock that I really, really like as well, called the Meteor. And I love that knife. The Falcon, which is another pivot lock, is amazing. So those are some good ones there. But yeah, the WK1's up there because it's so awesome. I mean, you got to at least think that looks cool. If not, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. They are expensive. The Xeno, yeah. The Xeno is expensive, dude. Because you're talking about Vanex Super Clean steel, which is the most expensive steel to use in a knife. And then you have these heavily milled and sculpted tie handles with the backspacer, the unique clip, and then it also has the Vanker lock, which is going to cost more money to do because it's a unique thing only to Vastid, and it just requires a certain level of care, basically. Have you tried the Steed? I don't know if I've tried that one or not. The Steed. Nope. No, I don't think that's what I handled, but if it's one of their button operated frame locks, you're going to be in good shape. They're amazing. Headed to SMKW. Nice. Yeah, I wish I was a little closer. Yeah, the WK1's nice. Yeah, it's real smooth, real fidgety as well. These thumb, I'm not usually real keen on changing from traditional studs, but this is one of the best, like, off interpretation of studs. Like, these are really well done. They're slanted a little, they're comfortable as hell, and they work very good. And then the rear flipper is awesome. Bong hit, what up? I do not own any Shiros. That's one I set out. That's one I set out to get this year, actually. So hopefully I can accomplish that at some point. At some point. But yeah, it's definitely on my list. Even one of the base models I'd be cool with. What's the olive one at the bottom? This one, I'm guessing? That's the off-grid Stinger XL. Fuzzy Kit's going to SMKW tomorrow. Very nice. Make sure if, here, I'll put a link in the chat for off-grid. That way if you buy it, go ahead and go buy yourself an XL. You know. There you go. There you go. Vanex is the most expensive. Well, I don't know. You know, there might Rex 121 and some of those steels are, those aren't common steels. I'm saying out of the, you know, Rex and Spy, those steels are more, you know, boutique, I would say. Maybe not Rex 121 so much, but still, it really is. But Vanex is very expensive to use. That's why any new knife that comes out in Vanex is gonna be 300 plus, unless it's in like a G10 handle. And even still, I bet you're talking 250 on a new one. Like Quiet Carry, I think, has done some Vanex with G10, but it's still pretty expensive. MagnaCut and Vanex are actually fairly close in some regards. They're both very corrosion resistant, like the best in the game. Those are like the top 2 or 3. Vanex is a little better though, uh, as far as corrosion resistance. Toughness, I think they're fairly close. And then edge retention, I think they're fairly close as well. Uh, MagnaCut would be for maybe I would say more all around performance. You know, like you want the best you can get at everything. And Vanex, I would say you get like if you want something that is impenetrable from, you know, exterior forces. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. They both have their place, though, for sure. Yeah, I wish I could freaking get into SMKW. That would be dope. I do have a discount for Ramet, but it's hit or miss. Like if there's something specific and it's not working, I might be able to get them to do it, but some of like their brand new stuff, you might have trouble getting. But yeah. Yeah, yeah. What up, Alex? That's the new Corgi with the Vanker lock, and I actually just did, I think the video should have went up on that one by now. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did a couple days ago. If you want to scope that out, there's the deep dive on it, the video. But yeah, that's the new Corgi. I think these are cool, like 5th pocket knives. They got a good handle on them. And the little OTF, that's the zipper. The zipper, baby. Sold hundreds of them bastards. Hundreds of them. Maybe not that many. But yeah, you can go pick yourself up a zipper real quick. Real quick and real cheap right there. Riggedy Rajas, what's up? What's up, dog? I always sort out Vanex on Blade Binge. Yeah, the best bet is to find something in Vanex that's been out for a while. You know, Quiet Carry. Check them out. And you might be able to get some Vanex on the cheap in regards to Vanex from like Quiet Carry, who maybe they're rolling out a version 2, which they've done it several times in the past. You could have picked up MagnaCut, Vanex, real cheap on a few over the last year and a half or so on some of their stuff. You are impenetrable, buddy. That doesn't keep everyone from trying, though. Yeah, this is a gravity knife from Hermet as well. I want to buy a Shiro so bad on the secondary, but they are fake so much. Everyone is saying the replicas are so good you can't tell the difference. I would have to say that that's probably not the case. That there would definitely be differences, I would say. You know, one's gonna feel like an $800,000 knife and one probably won't. But if you've never experienced a Shiro, it would at that point be hard to tell. I would say if you are hell-bent on getting it off the secondary, I would definitely go through like Blade Binge, and as soon as you get it, I would already, before you order it and everything, be in some like groups that are Shiro groups, or get around people who are familiar with them. And then when you get it, you can say, this is what I got, take pictures, and people will be able to, the people who know Shiros will be able to tell you that it's real or not. And then if it's not, you can go back to Blade Binge, get your money back. I would say that if somebody was, they'd have to be real stupid to try that on Blade Binge, but I'm sure it happens. Yeah, no problem. The zipper is really good. If you picked one of these up, you would be, they have a ton of colors, and you can get 20% off. They're hard to beat. Especially if you've never had an auto and you want to get a good one that ain't gonna be a piece of dog shit. Those are real good. Yeah, the zipper's dope. If you use my link and my code, I appreciate it. If you don't, well, go screw yourself. Just kidding. What's a lever lock? Ever heard of it? No, I don't think so. Lever lock. You know, Pinecone, I guess it depends on what you are expecting. You know what I mean? Like, I've had several of them. Not that they were mine personally, but I've gotten to handle several of them, you know, for extended periods. And I will say that they are really well done. But I would say also that you're how do I want to put it? I almost want to say that I feel like you would be missing out on some modern upgrades that they haven't kind of accepted, you know, or moved into. But it kind of depends, though. If you're looking for a knife you can slow roll out and beat up on and stuff like that, like, yeah, it's, if you're, if you look at it like it's a kind of a traditional type of knife, then yeah, I think that side of things. But I think there's some other stuff that, you know, you'll have a more modern feel, I guess, is what I would want to say. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But it's a good knife though. It is. Well done. And a good company. Richard, welcome to the knife community. Welcome to the channel. I would say that for now, I don't know your financial situation, but even so, like, even if it's real good, I would just kind of, and you're looking to collect and be an enthusiast, or whatever. I would hang out under. I have a video coming on this tomorrow, actually, like I said earlier, but if you could stay like 120 and under and really experience a lot of awesome locking mechanisms, a ton of different steels. Like, you'll be able to, like, I go over this tomorrow in the video, but like, you can get DLC for like 110. You can experience a plethora of different locking systems, like the top liner locks, the Vanker locks, the recoil V2 lock, which is really fun and beastly. You can get performance like the CJRB Pyrite Light and S90V for like $90. So there's lots of good stuff. The SOG Vision, epic name. You can get that in XHP. That's really well done from SOG. So you can get performance. You can get all kinds of stuff under 120. Now, I don't know if you consider that budget, but when things go well beyond $1,000, they're cheaper. But even so, like, if we say 75 and under, you'd still be able to experience quite a bit of cool stuff. So, but for now, I would just chill under $100 or so. Yeah, Pinecone, I would say that you kind of already know what's been said about them. And some people, are retarded as well. But as a generalization, you kind of know what they're like and how they break in and stuff like that and how they need to break in. But yeah, the quality and the manufacturing is spot on, like really good. So in that sense, yeah, and it's not that eventually you'll be able to probably like flick it open, flick it open like an 80 fit. Well, maybe not quite like that, but they do break in, and eventually, hopefully you can flick it all the way open, but some of them are a little tighter than others too, a little easier to break in, so just depends. But yeah, they do a great job. I would definitely recommend experiencing a Demco as well. That would be a good idea. Like a 80-20. Yeah, well, and there's no, that's the great thing about being a collector is you can have a ton of fidgety ass knives, but you can have some that are built purely for work. And then depending on what you're doing, you can gauge what you take with you for that period, you know? Like if I know I'm going to be going and beating on some shit and I need something that's going to be able to get beat on, well then I might take something like the 8015, right? If I'm going to just lounge and dick around somewhere, well then, you know, I might take this and something else. If I'm going to cut 1,000 miles of cardboard, well then I might take like S90V with a thin blade stock, you know, type of deal. So that's the great thing about collecting. You can get a whole bunch of different stuff to cover a whole bunch of different categories. That's the awesome thing about it. So yeah, there would be, ooh, there's a screw. Where'd that come from? We just had a talk about this too the other day. It ain't from that. It ain't from that. Where's that screw from? It's a flathead. No. It's not this. 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. No. No. What the hell is going on? Where did that come from? Am I tripping? There's nothing else here with satin hardware. Holy shit. Oh, it's from this thing. Is it? Looks like this bitch is missing 2 screws. Oh, shit. That's what you get. Oh, it's T6. What a dirty ass. That's why when you get a brand new knife, we've been talking about this in the videos, make sure the screws are tight all the way around. That one was loose. That one was loose. So I'm missing a screw there. Damn it. Off-grid driver, one of the best in the business. Blessed, what's up? What's up? Yeah. You'll be fine. I think you'll end up keeping it. I plan on getting one myself someday, Pinecone. I'm just not in a huge hurry to pick it up, you know? But someday I will add one to my collection for sure. I'd like to have tried as much as I can, you know? And I plan on taking it all with me. Just kidding. 20.5 is very good. Yeah, if you don't want to pay 80/20 money, for sure. The 20.5 will get the job done. But yeah, the 80/20 is an animal. Now you can break, yeah. And that's the thing too. You can, that's the other beautiful thing. You could carry the Sebenza to use and whatnot, and carry a second knife to dick around with and do some other cutting. So Yeah, it totally makes sense to have a Sabenza in the collection. No question about it. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, T6 doing me dirty, man. What up, Mox? Yeah, that damn thing. I lost another one, too. Warsmith, what up? Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe and hit the bell. That way we can get to 1,000,000 real quick. Yeah, yeah, Globo, if they, which I think they might, if not, I'm gonna have to, I'll tell them that they need to. But yeah, this is an imperative that they put a FRN handle, button liner lock with S90V and keep it under $100. It will be just, that'll be what it is. That'll be insane. If they can put that out and give it to us for like $90, you know, all right, say 100, like, you know, when it releases, but that would be a killer model to put out. Yeah, PC, you'll be fine. I've had some of the raw titanium, and then I've had some of the inlay, and I do like the inlay versions better, but I think they cost more as well. So there's that to factor in as well there. BS, what up? Good to see ya. Should we unbox the TACPACK now, or what are we doing? What are we doing? Exactly, Pinecone. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's all. Well, not that I leave this room much anymore, but that's what I used to do. I would take, depending on the job, here again, if I was going to be cutting and drilling into brick and shit like that, I wouldn't take, I learned my lesson early with that. If I'm going to be drilling into brick and getting into that type of dust, you don't want to have a good knife with you. But if I wasn't doing that, I would always have like something I can beat on and then something I can look at, you know? So yeah, that's the way to do it. B-Pish, what's happening? Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, make sure you, don't want to forget, make sure you subscribe there. Ring the bell. You know. Yes, this is actually just what was on my table here. Actually, this isn't even 1/100th of the knives I actually have. This isn't even 1/100th. Yeah, I'll tell them about it, actually. Let me pull up a thing for them. I don't want to forget about that, because that actually needs to be done. So... Okay, I got it. I wrote it down. I won't forget that, baby. Bong hit. I'm debating the black or natural micarta. Yeah, the I had one of the natural micartas in PC, and it's nice. It's nice. But the black would be sweet too, so either one. There's something about a well done natural that I really like, but there's some really good black micarta out there too. So, like Bestech has put out some epic natural and black, which a lot of companies screw up somehow. We just actually talked about the live wire a little bit ago, and it's awesome. Guess I should have kept that drawer out. Yeah, the live wire is dope. It's got one of the best switches in the game, and then it's got one of the best mechanisms in the game, in my opinion. Very smooth, very consistent, doesn't fatigue the thumb. I love the live wire. Better keep it out. That's like the third question on it. But yeah, that's good. I got a two-tone sheep's foot too that I really like. But yeah, this is a perfect knife for one specific thing. But yeah, if I leave my house, I carry this knife in addition to two other knives. That same Kershaw right there. Right there. Ba-ba-da-da-ba. Yeah, we'll get snail trails for sure. Ariana, thank you. How do you deal with the frame lock on the Polaris XLG? I've had a hell of a time deploying with the cutouts because I can't keep pressure off it. I've gotten a reverse flick with my index finger down so far. So I used to struggle with this too, and I think everyone does. What's up, Levi? It's the dexterity in your fingers, brother. So being able to keep this index finger from having anything to do with you holding on to the knife, right? So keep it out of the way. It'll take some time, but the more you practice with it, the more you'll start to figure it out. But hand placement is a huge thing with deploying a knife. Some people are too high, too low. There's, all kinds of various things. But with a thumb flick, that's the toughest one. And here again, you got to be able to wrap that finger around, but not be using it. You know what I mean? And that's where the dexterity and practice comes in. Like when I grab this, I know it's exposed. So I'm just going to keep this finger kind of in no man's land. And even if I have it down here, I'm not putting any pressure. But I'll typically leave this finger off the knife completely if I'm thumb flicking. So it'll take some practice, but you kind of see where my index is here. I basically learned to just cut that finger out when and I'm not saying you have to do that, but it'll make it easier for sure. Because these three fingers are down here and don't affect nothing. It'll take some practice, dude. It definitely does. But you'll get it. You'll get it. Oh, let's see. Is the switch on your live wire rattly? What do you mean? Like side to side? No. I mean, you're going to have this play in it, obviously. I mean, there should be like a 1/1000th play to the left and a little tiny bit to the right. But, there should be a slight bit of movement side to side, but not a ton. And then here's the other one. About exactly the same. Like a very minuscule amount to the left and a very little bit to the right. No, they're really good. Love the live wire. If you're having issues, I'd just reach out to Kershaw. Just wanted to stop in. What up, Brian? Thanks for swinging through, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Glad you could swing through. I wish the live wire had a dagger. They do, PC. They do. Right there. True double edge. Yepper. That's the one I keep with me whenever I leave the crib. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it'll take some practice, but you'll get the hang of it. And that's a big boy to be learning on as well. To be learning the discipline for your fingers. That's a big boy to be learning. It can still be done though. But it's a big boy to be learning how to manipulate your fingers. I did not get the new Vertilock from the Excalibur. I have not had a chance to even check out the Excalibur. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, the Shiro's on my list to get this year. Especially in the forward position. Yeah, see, it shouldn't really change. Mine both have, you know, I'd say like, I would say it's not even movement. It's more like the top of it kind of goes back and forth. You know what I mean? But as far as movement, I would say there isn't any. And the same goes for the play in the blades. Like there's like little to no play whatsoever. I mean, there might be, you know, not anything that has ever bothered me. It's very minimal. You have just a tiny, like it's nothing at all. So, you know, the zero blade play and all that stuff don't mean much to me. Oh, all right. Love you. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
The folder in Vanex closed fooled me. Which one you talking about, Rick? The folder in Vanex. The Xena? Or the off-grid? Who makes the neon? I'm not. Is that the Shiro? Is that a Shiro? I do not have the Shaman Salt series, Lex. I have just a regular Shaman. Just a regular one, man. Just a regular one. Yeah, I would say, yeah, dude, if you're right there, man, I would definitely, I would say they probably wouldn't be, I would say they wouldn't find that acceptable. Like, there should be a tiny bit, but not much. See, what about, see, I'd want something a little bigger, dude. I'm, you know, I don't mind smaller knives, but I would prefer something like 7 3/4 or so. 8 inch would be more my speed, at least. You know what I mean? About the size of a bug out, really. Well, I could get down with that. How much of a price difference between those and like a full size joint? What's up, Trauma? Yeah, I keep telling everybody I got a video coming tomorrow that'll be sweet. So you're gonna definitely want to watch that. Here's a croc. I got the main studio light off, so we'll have to deal with what we got. Yeah, this is a utility machine right here. This is the premium one. Well, not necessarily the new croc, but it's a game changer type of video that, I mean, I'm always dropping videos on the new. I mean, just go look at the recent posts. I probably the first one to release a video on that, maybe. Bunch of shit. Bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm always releasing the new, baby. It's what I do. It's what I do. I think the Q95 is the one I was looking at, too. William, what up? Good to see ya. Instant sub, hell yeah, glad to have you here. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, baby. That's what we need. That's what we want. We don't want just subs. We don't just want just subs. Because a sub doesn't translate into anything unless they engage with your stuff, right? You can have 100,000 subscribers and nobody watches your stuff. What's the point, right? Sure, it looks good, but it's not. It's no good. So we want subs who want to be here, right? That's what we're talking about. Well, what was that one thing you showed? Maybe this one? Was it the Polaris? Satin DLC and Van X. Freaking insane. I have the 14C28N version and was actually looking at getting a premium model. Then heard about the 329. Yeah, the premium ones are, these ones are sweet with the S35, the aluminum and the topo. Yeah. Especially the bronze blade. This thing is sick as shit. I have a thing for these freaking bronze blades. They're I like them. But yeah, you can pick these up as low as like $70 for the budget version. Doo-doo. Yeah, the Croc's sweet though. Front flipper. Top liner lock. Yeah, it's good stuff. The Martin's good. Ah, what the hell? What the hell? Roger, what's up? Oh, the Croc. Yeah. I think these are like $1.29 maybe in this configuration. And then you can pick up the budget ones for like $69. That's the exact Croc I got. Yeah, dude, that's the good stuff. The bronze blade with that topo. Yeah. It's good. What was the Van X pointy one? This one? The Van X pointy one. We got the Polaris out here. And then we got the... Those are both in Van X. And I think that's it for Van X. That right there is the Off-Grid Polaris, their newest release. That light's so bright. Hey, later, bong hit. Thanks for chilling. Oh, there we go. How's that? That's a little better, I guess. I still don't like this one. There we go. That's a little better. Spidey flicks better than the Spideys. Yeah, the Croc is real good. It's addictive. What's up, Jake? Munker, what up? What up? Yeah, man, I love the bronze blades. What's up, Jack? Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, the Off-Grid Polaris. I can hook you up with a link here if you want to go check them out. I can hook you up with a link right in the chat here. There's 3 different versions of them. You got they call this one Red Dawn. And then they got an all like blacked out carbon fiber that they call the Dark Star, I think. And then they have like a crazy gold one. I mean, I have all of them. I guess I'll show you. You guys making me get out all these knives. So there's the 3 that they got right there. That's the all blacked out. I forget what they call that. Death Star, Dark Star, Red Dawn, and then gold something. Something like that. They're all sweet. I have a William. If you type in like my channel name and then Off Grid Polaris, it'll pop right up for the video if you want to hone in on them and see, you know, see my rundown on them. Sizes, specs, all that fun stuff. BTE. You know, we just do it all. That's what we do. Put that there. Put that there. Do you really EDC that corgi? It looks so tiny. I would say, no, not typically. But it would be a knife that I'd have no problem carrying as like a third knife because it's so light and small. Like this would be if someone's out to seek a good 5th pocket knife or something like that, or they want a smaller knife to go with a larger knife. That's where I think these are nice. Even if you have a little bit bigger hand, the handle's tall and thick. So you can get, you know, pretty good grip on even the small corgi, or the regular one is what they call it. And then the Vanker lock kicks ass. But no, typically I've only recently come around on knives this size. I wasn't ever really a huge fan of them, other than maybe having it as like a tertiary type carry. Hey, Chris, what up? Good morning to you, bud. Oh, nice. The Orpheus. Simply brutal. Do they have a strong detent? I would say pretty good. I'd say you wouldn't want it any stronger. So yeah, they're good. And then it depends on the deployment. Is it studs? Is it a cutout? They feel a little different. Like the studs feel really, really good. Just because you can get so much leverage on them. You can get a ton of leverage on those. Let me put those back. Golden Eclipse. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, buddy, the Real Steel Evolution is sick. Love that knife. That's a good question. How many knives do you carry any given day? 1, maybe a folder and a small fix, 2 folders. I'd say the perfect setup is 2 regular folders, a slip joint, and a fixed blade. That would be like the ultimate collection. Yeah, I like lighters too. I have quite a selection of lighters. I got 2 handy here. This one's in a lot of my videos. Yeah, those are 2 I got handy. Yeah, if you're looking for insane and crazy lighters, there's nowhere else I'd rather tell you to go than Katuo, which is right there, linked in the chat for you. Yeah, well, I like all gear, so with a decent wrist flick. What do you mean? Like just... Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be... You ain't gonna get it out easily. No, I don't think very easily. Yeah, you ain't gonna get those out easily, dude. And you certainly won't with the Vanker lock. Certainly won't with the Vanker lock. Vanker lock's sweet. Yeah, the Shallows is still my EDC fixed blade of choice. Oh. Yeah, that fixed blade is never real far from me at all. This is easily one of the best packages in the game. Needs cleaned up. Yeah, that fixed blade is amazing. So good. All right, let's do it then. Let's do it. Yes, it is. It is, it is. I think these are out of stock right now, but they do have... They have a textured aluminum one the last I saw in Nitro V. And they have some D2 variants with G10 that are like 60 bucks, 50 bucks, something like that. But yeah. All right, we need to make a little room here. We're gonna get the tickety pack out. Put that over here. Yeah, some of those lighters that I have, you wouldn't want to carry around in your pocket. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys. The Griffins are back in stock as well. The G10 and carbon fiber for like 95 bucks. This is one of the best under $100 knives you can get your hands on. You got button liner lock with access to the liner, my favorite locking mechanism. By Katuo. So good. Great size. Love this knife to death. And it don't matter which one. You get the G10 one, it's amazing. You get the premium one, it's amazing. So, you'll be fine. Da, da, da. Put those over here. All right. Well, I don't think the entire box is going to... Yeah, a Fenrir and Vanex would be sweet. Altogether, fixed blades and folders, a lot. So here's what I'm thinking, ladies and gentlemen. This box it's not huge, but it's pretty big. So what I'm thinking is I'll put it here just off camera, like right here, off camera, and open it, and then I'll just dig stuff out, and we'll go through it here. Oh. We'll use the SOG here. Well, I see a t-shirt. Probably a ton of knives, though, Christy. Like a ton. Could be getting close to like 1,000 or more. Definitely, if you were talking about the Griffin, this thing cures... This thing will fill in a lot of categories for you. Fun new lock, great size, an actual great knife. Fidgety as all hell in every way that you could imagine. And everything is really well done. Front flipper, rear flipper. Superb. From Katuo. They just do killer work. Okay, so first thing out of the box is a shirt. A TACPACK shirt. That's pretty sweet. TACPACK. All right. That's pretty dope. Color's not too bad. Good stuff. Okay. Next, we got a CMMG zeroed AR-15 grip. So the angle is a little bit straighter. All right, made in the US of A. Griffin in the black titanium. Yeah, I got that. Or no, wait, do I? Oh, maybe I don't. Or no, wait, yeah, I do. With the polished blade. The button is better on the... Boy, I don't know, man. Premium one's pretty good. But yeah, that's the black one there. That's the premium. And the budget one is also sweet. That's got a hand satin on it for 95 bucks. But yeah, I'd say per dollar, this one's technically better because it's a lot cheaper. So yeah, that's true. Hey, you're an idiot, Sandra. What kind of name is that? All right, let's see what we got here. Birchwood Casey, 357, 38, 9mm handgun cleaning brushes. Okay. All right. Birchwood Casey. Yeah, I want to check out the Sun Spear as well. Yeah, the Griffin's good, Hartman. Yeah. Flexing that mirror polish, baby. Yeah, the TR3, that sounds good. That sounds good. I haven't got me a new ProTech in a while. Well, it's not, you know, Godzilla. You can't just boil everything down to, oh, it's G10 and 14C. You can't just do that. You know what I mean? Like this is some of, and there's carbon fiber inlays. Like this is really high level machining for a knife under $100. Like this thing is, you got a titanium clip, beautiful backspacer to match the purple liners, hand satin, the 14C plus the button liner lock. This is pretty sweet, you know, especially if you figure, let's say on the low end, like 12 to 14 bucks for the clip. All right. So really we're talking 80 bucks, and I would wait an extra week or two if it was between grabbing this and like a Civivi or something like that for 60 bucks. This is way better. Like this smokes. Like just to put this in perspective, like a year or so ago, Civivi put out a button plunge lock for like 95 to 100 bucks in G10 and K110, and it didn't have a titanium clip. It wasn't near this nice, and that was just like last year, I think it was. So this is head and shoulders above a lot of that stuff. Really good. William, I would say, dude, that Katuo is really good about Like, if you have an issue, I think they want to know about it, so that way it can be taken care of. Like, quality control can make a note of it and shit like that. Do you have 2 of them? And yes, 14C, I agree, is awesome. Love 14C. I think, well, here, let's get to the next item. Variety pack warmers. Hand warmers, toe warmers, and XL body warmers, 2 each. Okay. Odorless, natural, air activated. All right. I don't remember what I was going to say. What was I going to say? But yeah, they would want to know about that if you think there's an issue or something like that. As far as, like, I've had several of these and they've all been the same, but that doesn't mean there isn't something going on out of the ordinary with one of them, you know, or some of them here and there. All right, let's see here. Troy, fixed M4 and rear sight. Oh. Oh. There's some sort of aluminum or metal. That's good. These are probably fairly costly, I would say. Sweet. Okay. I think I can actually, well, I could just take a cheapo set off and put them on, because I think I definitely have a cheapo set. And here we go. Last thing in the box. This is actually perfect, because I needed an extra set of these for my daughter. Set of safety glasses. Or I can give these to Ashley, and then little bub can take the other ones. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. And there's the sticker. Muddy outdoor warmer. The glasses. The shirt. Sticker. Brushes. Grip. Yeah, the Troy sights. I was going to say, these are probably pretty costly, because these are some sort of aluminum or something. So that means they're expensive when they're not plastic. When they get moved up to metal, they're pretty costly. 130 bucks, it says. Yeah, that's not bad. That's all right. It's not too bad. They've been hit or miss, as far as, like, they not necessarily hit or miss, but like kind of just, the first one I got from them in November, or no, it was December. That one was kick ass. And then January's was okay. And this one is pretty sweet. They've given a couple knives. Like last time, they gave me a CRKT Provoke, the premium one, the premium Provoke, and those are like 140 bucks on their own. And I got a bunch of other shit. So I guess January box wasn't good. That's not true. That box was pretty good, actually. We did that one on a live stream, actually. Da 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 da. Yeah, the Griffin smokes the dogfish by like a massive margin. I can't describe it to you, but well, I can. I can try. Like it's really refined. It's good. Well, not necessarily a premium provoke, but they have two different levels of the provoke, and the original one is like 140 bucks. So, and that's how much the box costs. So that one was good. Yeah, pretty sweet. And I got some medical stuff in the last one as well. So, like a bunch of medical stuff. So it's actually been pretty cool, the variety that I've gotten since December. And some stuff I've been able to use right away. Some stuff like this, I'll be able to replace something I might have cheaped out on just to finish a build. But like these are way better than the one set I have. I have some good sets, but these might even be some of the best ones that I got now. Those will come in handy next year. Probably don't really need that right now, but it'll come in handy. Cleaning's good. That's good. Shirt's good. Yeah. It's pretty good. These will be able to get used right away. Those. Probably not this year. I won't use those. Those obviously can be used whenever. So yeah. And then the t-shirt. And then the sticky, of course. They do some cool stickers. That is for sure. Yeah, the Griffin is, like I said, it's one of the best under $100 knives that you can get your hands on. Pinecone, it's kind of a little bit of everything, weirdly. Like I said, you get like, the last week I got some medical stuff, like good American-made medical stuff. I got these really sweet individual packed wet wipes, like 30 of them, all individually packed. So, no, it's not just gun stuff. Like, there is gun stuff in it. I think there's always some gun-related stuff. And then they have, like, they'll do some oddball stuff like these or medical stuff. Or they'll throw in, like, a knife like the Provoke. 2 months ago, I got a SOG. I think I didn't even... Or no, wait. It was a Gerber. It wasn't the main item in that one, though. I got this in the one from 2 months ago. I didn't even open it yet. The Gerber Pledge. That was like the first item on the list. So it was... Or maybe not the first, but one of the first. I'll have to open that up on a different video or something. Because right now, I'm going to go get some num-nums, I guess. How long? Yeah, we've been on for 2 hours. I was only planning on getting on for an hour, and you guys keep me rambling and shit. Hey, what up, Monster Hunter? Thanks for swinging through, bud. The Yakuzas are sweet, too. Yeah. I really like those middle ground joints. Freaking sweet. Yeah. The Yakuza is sweet. Yeah, the Yakuza's dope. The Griffin is dope. Highly, highly recommend checking both of them out. Yeah, that TACPACK was pretty good. Not too bad. The sights are nice because actually I can really use those. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I got 2 TACPACKs out in the living room sitting there with all the shit still in them. Oh, man. Little pizza guy. All right, everyone. I caught that. Did you see? Any weirdos that are just scrolling through here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Anyone who is here that's a new sub, welcome to the channel. If you like knives and stuff, I release videos every single day, sometimes twice a day, and always releasing knife content on the latest and greatest. But not only that, I also release all kinds of videos on older knives that still kick ass even today. And that's why that's one of the many reasons this is one of the best channels to follow in the knife world. No question about it. I love all you guys and appreciate you all. I hope you had a good time. And Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, we should be kicking off the live stream. We got some cool stuff planned. And that'll wrap this one up. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend or your week. And I'll see you this weekend, Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Be in the G spot or be nowhere.